Hello, all you artsy people of the interwebs. Welcome to Ctrl-Alt-Bob. As always, I am Bob, and today I want to do an acrylic paint pouring. Have you ever seen these before? They're freaking amazing. You can get some absolutely, mind-boggling results out of these things. And I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to go through the process. This whole thing is going to be commentated so you can see what's happening, what's going where, what am I doing to get the results that we get. And then, when it is all done and dried, the plan is to turn it into a painting for somebody. Not just an acrylic, pour painting, but an actual, painting for somebody. So maybe you can figure it out along the way. Yeah, if you do, leave some comments down below. What do you think the final picture is going to be of? Anyway, with all that said and done and out of the way, let's start pouring some freaking paint. Okay? Okay. Hello everybody, this is Commentary Bob. Right here I am pouring red acrylic paint into a container. That would be... wow, this is going way too fast. So it's actually a paint thinner in there, but 1/4 paint thinner to the paint. And I did do about 3 or 4, maybe a little more drops of silicone in there as well. Now, there's my other 1/4. So I'm doing about half the amount of the paint thinner to the paint, just to make sure that it's nice and runny and drippy and all that good stuff. I possibly had too much red paint. Possibly. It kind of looks like a horror movie scene right there. And then basically I repeat for the black. So black acrylic paint, then we use the paint thinner, add in a few drops of silicone, put that where we want it, and now for the smear. For the smear, I actually use a wet paper towel. Simple as that. You can see the bubbles are starting to come out already. I do hit it with my little blowtorch just to get the silicone more poppy. And then we wait. I didn't like that one spot. I did hit it with another wet paper towel. Did I ruin it? Who knows? That's a matter of opinion. Here's some very cool shots of some of the awesome stuff we got out of it. Okay, so I've allowed it to dry for a few days. It turned out pretty freaking cool, but I had to try and wipe off all the silicone because the acrylic paint that I want to put on top of here will not stick to the silicone. So hopefully I got enough off. I just used a paper towel, wipe off as much silicone as I could, and now we are going to try and paint on top of this. Okay? Wish me luck. I've never tried this before. So right now I'm basically just laying down a thick base coat just so my colors will actually show up over the black and red. You can see I do already have my outline on there of what I am painting. Maybe some of you could already guess it from the outline and the color scheme of the background of what I am going for. And it might look like it's a white layer here, but it's actually more of a tan color. And I do end up laying it on pretty thick. Again, I want to make sure that none of the black and red comes through. Whatever colors I'm putting onto it come out as the colors they're supposed to. And I actually did most of this without even cleaning off my paintbrush at all. Like, all the colors in this picture are so similar that I didn't even bother cleaning off the paintbrush. No water, no wiping it down, no nothing, just on to the next color. And I'm basically just laying down the basic colors. I'm not doing any kind of real detail work or anything like that. It's just to get my colors where I want them. Probably should have used a thinner brush while I was working on the hair, but I still think it turned out alright. The amount of details that I'm able to get once I start hitting it with the black is absolutely amazing. I love how it looks when I first start laying down the black. The dark tones and everything. I think it looks freaking amazing. The actual acrylic paint pour, I actually let the acrylic paint pour, I actually let it sit for almost 2 weeks to completely dry because there was a lot of paint on there. I was surprised I was able to paint over top of it so easily. This is where I actually cleaned off my brush for the first time. To switch colors completely. You gotta go for the blue scarf. That is actually a metallic silver that I'm using for the guns. I break out the white Sharpie paint pen to do highlights of white, and there are quite a few highlights. Spots where I wanted it to be pure white. Even with just the white, you can start seeing a lot of detail come in. And I actually let the whole thing dry for about 2 days before I started laying on the black. It's almost like inking a comic book. Like That's where it all comes together. It gets its depth and its detail. So I basically just start at a spot and start adding the shadow detail. This did take quite a while, but it was absolutely worth it. I even ended up killing a Sharpie pen and switching to one of my Copic liners, which I hope I didn't destroy that too. And for the largest spots, I do end up pulling out the black paint. You can see here my Sharpie's starting to give out on me. At this point, my Sharpie is so dead, I decided to use it for the very faint lines in the shirt. And now I switch to the Copic. For the bottom of the shirt and the sleeves in that, there is so much black. I'm basically just doing outlines of the highlights and shadows, and then I come back with actual black paint to fill it in. And here I finally pull out the black paint. Give my markers a rest. And then it's time to start the face. Honestly, I should have just left it blank. I mean, everybody knew who it was already. She didn't need a face. These are just orange highlights going throughout it. There you have it, Miss Sadie Adler from Red Dead Redemption 2. I know, she's not exactly a beauty queen, but, you know, back in the day, who was? So what'd you guys think? How'd you think it turned out? Did I do alright? Leave some comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!